All right. Next kind of thing we want to talk about or deal with are area of effect spells if you're playing in theater of the mind. For those that may not be familiar, theater of the mind play is when a storyteller narrates and describes the location, the setting, the possible engagement characters that might be in the scene, and then the players describe their actions in reference to that narrative. There are not generally miniatures involved. There generally are not other physical manifestations involved, not even drawings, but it is simply played in the mind of the players. This theater of the mind, therefore, requires a level of communication that's perhaps stiffer than might be discovered in a standard roleplay game today, because the amount of information you would have to track as far as how far how far away from the enemy am I, how fast can I move, and can I cover that distance in an appropriate amount of time, or is there a chance of me being ambushed on my way? So these are all things that have to go into the use when you're dealing with the engagement. So when a player activates an area of effect, magical effect, like a fireball or a cone of frost or whatever, these areas of effect are now intangibles or they're difficult to perceive in an environment that is already in the theater of the mind and therefore abstract. So the issue is, therefore, you have to determine relative positioning well in advance, determine the range of the effect and its diameter or its size, and then adjudicate which of the monsters and which of the players may be inside that area of effect. Once you've stated that, it's up to the player then to decide whether he wishes to pull the trigger and make that the action, or if he wants to consider another one, because it's really not in his best interest to fireball where the party is all going to be hit in the process. Of course, we have groups later on who develop fire resistance and are all for that kind of action, but that's for another day. So the area of effect has to be clearly defined in advance, and the players need to be able to react to that description. That makes sense.